There's a whole lot of tales tell about this alley here. They tell me some about pirates and some about even duels and things. A famous one, duel, take place right here in this alley.
In 1783, Dr. Joseph Ladd arrived in Charleston from Newport, Rhode Island. He had come here to make a name for himself as a doctor. When he arrived, he jumped off his carriage, dusted himself off, and looked around to see who he could ask as to where he could go and spend the night. The driver suggested he go to Jones Tavern. It was right around the corner on Meeting Street. It'd be a good place for him to spend the evening. A man sitting on a bench nearby got up and walked over to the participants of the conversation. And he said, "Sir, you don't know me, but my name is Ralph Isaacs. And if you did what this gentleman suggested, you would almost certainly be robbed, and you'd be lucky to escape with your life. I should horsewhip the man just for suggesting it." At that point, the driver of the carriage ran away behind the building. Ralph Isaacs took Dr. Ladd to a place more suitable for him to spend the night. Over time, Ralph Isaacs and Dr. Ladd became good friends, but there was a problem. Dr. Ladd had new friends, people to spend time with, obligations. Ralph Isaacs saw less and less of him. Over time, Ralph became jealous, started saying bad things about Dr. Ladd, how he wasn't a very good doctor, and maybe people shouldn't go to see him. Over time, this became a big issue, and it got blown way out of proportion. Eventually, he had to challenge Ralph Isaacs to a duel, otherwise he would lose his honor, lose face, and lose his place in Charleston society. On the morning of the duel, Dr. Ladd and Ralph Isaacs met, chose their weapons, walked 20 paces apart. Dr. Ladd spun around, pointed his gun up into the air, and fired both shots in the air. He did not want to kill anybody. Certainly wasn't going to hurt his friend Ralph Isaacs, who had saved his life long before. Ralph Isaacs watched this, took very careful aim, fired both shots right at Dr. Ladd, hitting him in the knees, aiming, we think, to cripple him for life. He was carried back to number 59 Church Street, where he lingered on, dying 2 weeks later from infection set on after the wounds. Over the years, people could hear him moving around the house, walking from place to place, opening and closing doors. He could be heard whistling in the mornings as he left for his appointments, and whistling again in the afternoons as he came home for his evening meal. Every once in a while, during thunderstorms, during rainy evenings, he could be heard calling out for Amanda, "Oh, Amanda, my love."